Hi there, this is Tom from eDirectory, and thank you for tuning in to our video tutorial series. In this video, we're going to cover how to manually create and add a new listing to your directory site. Let's get started. I'm going to start by taking you to a demo version of the eDirectory software. This is at demodirectory.com to show you what a live website looks like that has listings that have already been entered on it. So to start, up top we're going to have a search bar. We can search by keyword and location to find listings, a listings section that you can dive into, and on the home page we're going to have areas to browse listings by category, show some featured listings, browse by location. These are all editable and customizable by how you set up your particular eDirectory software, but that's what they would look like on a live site. So let's get back into the back end and see if we can get started and add some of these on our own. So here I am now logged into the site manager of an empty directory site. There have been no listings added here yet, so we're going to go in and add our first one. So to start, we're going to go to our content manager. It takes us to the listings section of the content manager. Now, there are no records found here. This is an empty directory. Now the first step is that we need to create a category for our listing to go into. So to do so, we're going to go to the Manage Categories section and get started there. So again, we have no categories yet, so we're going to have to create our first one. Now we see a page here to add a category. We just have to enter the category information. I'm going to show you a completed category later, so to not waste your time you spending a video watching me type. But let's go over the areas here in the information. We have the category title, the keywords that you can search for this category. You can add a maximum of 10 keywords. You can select whether you want this to be a featured category or not. You can also check if you want to disable an existing category. Maybe you no longer have any listings that are in the category, or you just want to remove it. Easy to do it there. Below that is our content section. This is an optional section where you can add some additional text, maybe an explanation or a link or a picture to bolster or provide some more detail and information for your particular category. It is optional, and most categories, most directories tend to leave this part blank. Below that is our SEO center for this category. We can edit the SEO title, the SEO-friendly URL, the meta description, and the keywords. You can fill those out and then save changes for your category. Let's go over here and view what a completed category would look like. Create a category for a delivery service. Maybe you need to get some item or something delivered to you. So we have a delivery service category on our directory. We have some keywords there. It's a featured category. We elected to not fill out the content, but we filled out our SEO center information here to help this page be ranked higher in search engines. And then we saved that and created that category. Now once a category has been created, you can now head over and create a listing. So let's head back to our empty directory here and add a listing there. So this will be the first listing we're adding here. So the next step is that it will ask us to select a listing level. Now right now we have the default eDirectory listing levels here of bronze, silver, gold, and diamond. And you can click on this link right here if you want to make any changes to that. You can do that beforehand, you can do it afterwards. We're going to stick with the default ones to keep this video shorter. We'll create another video in the future to go over the specifics and really dig down to the levels and pricing. For example purposes, let's choose the most expensive because we're not paying, right? Below that, we're going to have our listing type here. You can choose different. You can choose to create different listing types. If you click on this link here, that's going to be in the design section here. Now, different listing types can be beneficial if you have different listings that are going to vary greatly by the details that you want to list. The type of information is just going to be very different that's necessary for different listings. Say a delivery service is going to have a much different set of information that you want to know about compared to, say, if you're looking for a spinal surgeon. You want to know what college he went to, what medical school he graduated from, how many years experience he has. And a delivery service, you probably just want to know where they're located, when they're open, what kind of prices they have, and stuff like that. So that's when it's great to create different listing types to save yourself a lot of work later. But for right now, we only have one category, one listing. We're going to stick to our default listing type. Click Next and move forward. Now we're taken to the Add a Listing page, which is going to ask us for the information about our listing. As you can see, we're going to have the listing title, the listing type and listing level, which we just chose. We can change these now if we made a mistake or have a change of heart, or later on we want to go in and just change one of these settings. This is where you're going to add the category that you created. If you have not created a category, you need to go back and do that before you create the listing. Otherwise, you won't be able to save the listing, as it needs a category to go into. So it's very important to make sure you do that first. We're also going to have an area where we can drag and drop some images and select to add the file. It has a recommended dimensions for the image, but there is a cropping tool, so it's easy to get a nice preview of how much of the area of your image you can fit into this image space. Below that, we're going to have an area where you can add links to a video if you want to embed maybe a YouTube video for your listing as well. And then over here, we have if we want to assign this listing to an account. We're just creating this listing on our own now, so right now it's going to be no owner. Status, we're going to want it active, so when the listing is done, this listing will be live on the site. The default for this is that it's going to be pending. If it stays on pending and you create it, it won't go live until the site manager changes that and makes it active. Next to that is our renewal date. So this is if someone's paying on a yearly or monthly basis. You can choose the expiration date. So you can choose a time a month from now if they're on a monthly plan, maybe a year from now if they're on a yearly plan, so they know when payment is due, and if payment is not received, that this listing can no longer be shown because the expiration date has come and gone. It's also an area to disable the claim feature with this listing. Since we don't have an owner, we want to leave that feature open. So if the owner of this business does come by and see the listing, he can claim it, make a payment, and start becoming a sponsor and a user of your directory site. Below that, we have the summary description, and we have the full description below that. This is where you can really describe the listing, help promote it, and provide any pertinent information that's needed. And below that, you're going to have keywords. Again, a maximum of 10 keywords. So these are the keywords that you want this listing to be able to be searched under. To the right of that, we'll have the attach an additional file. Maybe you want to add a flyer or a brochure, a product catalog, a menu for a restaurant, or something like that. Maybe a submission form or something. As long as the file is under 1.5 megs, you can. It's great for adding PDF, Word files, Excel sheets, anything of that nature. Below that, we're going to have our contact information section. Pretty standard contact information, email, website URL, phone, address, zip code, a reference for the address if you need a little more additional information for the address there. And on the right-hand side, we have our listing badges. Maybe you've been voted the #1 delivery service in your city, and you want to have a nice badge there. These are customizable by the site manager. You can have a lot of fun with those, really develop some user engagement and get people interested in your badges on your site. Below that, we're going to have additional information. This is where you'll find your Facebook URL. Where you can list the features of the business or the services provided. And below that, you can add the hours that you're open, the hours that you carry out services. And lastly, if you've been provided with a discount or promotional code, site manager, you can create those, offer those to users. You can add that in there to provide a discount. So now I'm going to go over and to our other directory site here that has some information here. So this has a listing created already. It's called Han Solo's Delivery Service. So you click on that, you can see a little preview to the right here. And then we're going to edit that. So I'm going to show you what it looks like to be filled in and have an active listing here. You see we went in Han Solo's delivery service. We have an image here. Show you what the crop tool looks like. Drag that out. We can fit our whole image, which is great. Check out the description here. Fastest delivery in the galaxy. You expect nothing less from Han Solo. I can save those changes. So we added the category here of delivery service. It's already checked off, so that's great. This will be live. It's active. Excuse me. We've added a summary description here to show up under the listing, along with a YouTube video that we've embedded, so you can check out the speed of the delivery service for yourself. A little bit longer description here. Made sure to include some nice keywords of delivery service, fastest, things like that. Excuse me. And some additional keywords here: delivery, smuggling, hyperdrive. Some things you want to find, some things you want to search for when looking for Han Solo's delivery service. Excuse me. And we have the contact information below that. I guess Chewie handles the emails over there. The URL, phone number, his address on Tatooine, of course. We have a Google map for that, a little more reference to help you find it. Some additional information, including their Facebook, some of the services they provide, the hours when they're open. So we can see that there. And now that we have a completed listing, let's see what it looks like on our home page of this directory. This is our only category in listing, but you can get a clear picture of what they look like here. We have delivery service. We have our featured listing. And click on that here. We've got Han Solo's delivery service. Got our map, our image. We can view the phone, view the website. It's not a real website, obviously, so that won't work. But below that, we have the features available, the description, the video here. We can watch this video live if we want. So this is all great stuff. We have that email listing of Chewie at Han Solo's delivery service. So if we click here, we can send an email to that. You would normally have a Facebook page here, but I guess I used a Facebook page that does not exist. That's too bad. But this is what the listing would look like here on your directory site. So I hope this video was helpful, and good luck to you now as you go in and try to create and add your own listings. As always, you can go to eDirectory.com. You can send us an email, give us a call, or contact us in any way if you have any additional questions or need some more help. But good luck with everything, and happy building with eDirectory. Thanks.